Welcome, everyone, to the Primeval Cast, Episode 4. I am your host, Matrixlord212, and I'm with Louie. What's up, Louie?
Hiya.
All right, so this episode gets deep. Okay, very
I've
emotional
messaged you
episodes,
before saying, heads up, this is an emotional.
and it is. Well, first it starts off with some humor. It looks like something's going to be coming out of some lady's toilet, like a snake creature. And then they get the whole organization down there, and it's a dud for a
military.
snake, right? For a snake or whatever it is, they basically hold the whole army there from the Home Office, and it's a dud. We get some wonderful banter between Lester and Helen, threatening each other basically. We get Connor, who gets kicked out of his flat, move in with Abby. He has no choice, or else he's going to be homeless. So he winds up, she allows it, but then she forgets that she allows it, just to shut him up. And then, of course, she's always in her underwear, just like, chilling. So he's like, well, if he's trying to be the cool guy still, and he's like, yeah, that's my girl, whatever. And then he asks her to kiss him. And then he's like basically joking around, threatening her, all talking about dinosaurs. She kisses him on the cheek. So his friend's like, oh my God, And they put a bug on him where like they could track his movements and stuff.
From a Roswell keyring.
Why he's not showing up for DVD night. They don't know why he would miss Battlestar Galactica and all this other stuff. And, he's doing stuff out of character. And they're conspiracy theorists. So they think like everything is a governmental conspiracy. They're like nut jobs, like purely beyond belief.
Mm-hmm.
They think, all right, they did something to him, mind control, something, whatever. Then they think, oh my God, he's gonna get beat up because they see the guy Steven. They like, oh, there's the ex-boyfriend. He's gonna attack him. Then they start getting freaked out. They see like all these people and military, and they're like, they don't know what's going on. Turns out Helen tells, Lester that basically she can tell them when the next. Well, she wants to talk to her husband only. She tells her husband she can tell him when the next anomaly is, and they have to go there because people are doomed. Something's coming out of there. Turns out like they go to this place, and the dodo birds. Just the funniest thing, like these dodo birds are like all over the place. So cool.
Very cute.
Very cute, cracking into things. One of the dodos eats the tracking device and then goes outside, and his friends get the dodo bird thinking that, they don't know what's in, ancient ink.
At first, Duncan, one of his friends, is like, oh my God, they've turned Connor into a turkey. And it's just
right. That was hysterical. So what's the other one's name?
Tom.
Tom. Okay. So Tom and Duncan, they go back to the flat. The thing acts crazy to dodo bird. It kept trying to eat the light. Believe that he's not that stupid, because we'll tell you why. But it turns out that the dodo birds started getting violent, and they're like, that's not dodo birds. They don't do that. They don't do this. They don't do that. They found out that one of the dodo birds was dead. They go to dissect it, and they find that it started moving even though it was dead. And it turns out that there's a parasite in the dodo birds. And besides that, Helen gets free into an anomaly, by the way. She escapes. And then you find out there's a million anomalies.
Spaghetti Junction.
Spaghetti Junction, they call it. And it's basically tons of anomalies. She can keep popping in portals, and you don't know where the hell she is. So all of a sudden, Primeval becomes Stargate / Doctor Who / Sliders / just about every science fiction show is getting mixed and melded, and that's what you get for Primeval, because it's not just a random event. There's this like subway system of anomalies now, and she's obviously knows what each one goes and is the queen of it. So she escapes back there, and they find out that they need to contain the dodo birds, because if this pandemic gets out, that people will die. and it could mean the end of the human race if it keeps people biting people and stuff like that. Turns out his friend Tom gets bit, and he starts getting freaking out and crazy. And if I leave anything out, Lou, jump in.
Yeah,
Okay?
he's kind of, he's just getting affected by the parasite, because I think Cutter, when they're doing the dissection, he describes it's like a host. It goes inside the host. It lays its eggs in its brain, and then when
the babies are born, but the host dies and the parasite dies.
Yeah, and they eat away at the host alive, and then Lester says like a really wonderful line. He's like, "Oh, isn't nature wonderful?" Like really sarcastically, and oh, that always cracks me up. But yeah, and then Tom's starting to get affected by it. But I'll let you take over.
Yeah, so Tom basically, they try and Tom. He's so filled with conspiracy theories that he's against any help from anybody. Hurts his friend Duncan, and Duncan gets freaked out and said, "Screw this, okay, because you're gonna kill me." And Connor tries to, I guess, find out where he is. He winds up bumping into Abby. And well, actually, before he bumps into Abby, he goes to this hospital, and it turns out that he can't take the light, so he starts getting sick and everything. And he decides to get an MRI done, and there was one of those X-rays done, and they find CAT scans, and they find all the stuff in him. The guy's like, "Listen, we gotta have surgery. We gotta get this out of here. We gotta get this out of you." And lo and behold, Tom bites the guy. Now, we don't know if that guy dies or not. I'm assuming he does die.
Well, you see Cutter, like, interviews him or whatever, and he says, right, you need to go for immediate surgery.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, you never know.
You never know if he dies or not. Right. So Tom, winds up bumping into Abby, and he starts to trust her a little bit here and there. But then he keeps attacking her, and then it's a thing where he forces her. He's like, "I want to know what's going on," so he forces her for her to show him about the anomaly. But it turns out that the anomaly that
closed.
So she looks like a liar, and then he gets even more angry. And until they finally have this confrontation on the football field or whatever, right? Where Connor tries to stop them from killing him, his friend. And he's trying to say, look, it turns out that the friendship's more powerful than the parasite, and Tom doesn't kill Connor. Their goodbyes, and Tom dies, and it's very sad. And then Connor's like, "I'm done. I can't have this anymore." And then right away when the one thing I liked was when his friend died, you saw the panel of the camera showing immediately Professor Carter got up off his ass and boom, went down to his classmate to console him, to be like a father figure to him, to hug him and say, "Look, it's going to be all right." And he's like, "I'm done." He's like, "No, Connor, you have a responsibility. We have to save these people from these anomalies. I need your expertise. You're good, and you're going to help me." And he's like, "Okay." So it basically strengthens him as a member of the group that he's needed.
He says, like, this is what Tom would have wanted. Like, he would have been very proud of you. And
yeah. So looks like this is going to heat up now and get very serious, because now the dynamic is changing. There's a sense of threat, like a really big threat, because I guess when they peeked into that reality, they had Steven and I think Captain Tom Ryan or something went in there. They saw all of them in anomalies, and they're like, "Oh no,
this is bigger than we thought."
Yeah, and even Helen said, "Listen, this is beyond what you know." And like I said before, I says, like, from Land of the Lost, and I was talking about the Sleeve Stacks and the portals and the City in Edge of Forever with Star Trek. This is not just localized to Earth, but like to different planets. Like, how crazy could this show really get? If they get tiring of having these these creatures actually have alien creatures that totally look like, something out of like something, so the possibilities are endless with this show. It's like Doctor Who. It's an unlimited well of potential.
I agree, but it's
I
like
think.
we were talking about the music last episode, but on this episode, I don't know if you noticed, but when Tom actually dies, did you the music playing then? What did you think of that?
You know what? I really didn't pay attention, to tell you the truth,
Okay,
of that. Yeah, I'll go back and look at it because I was just like, wow.
because the soundtrack um is called Tom Dies for that particular thing, and it's
Hmm.
reused again in later series
Wow.
when well, I'm not going to say anything, but
Yeah, don't tell me.
it's very emotional music.
Right.
But I also think this episode's just extremely sad considering it opens very uh, like it's very comedic at the beginning with the dodos and the snake, and
Yeah.
you're not really expecting it to turn out the way it does. I don't think. At least I wasn't.
Right.
Like, what was your reaction to him dying? Did you think he was going to die?
I didn't. You know what? I really didn't think he was going to die. I actually thought, all right, they're going to have a happy ending, and they're going to get him, and they're going to get a cure. No, there's no cure. They don't know how to cure it. They don't know anything about it. They don't even know if the surgery, by separating him from the symbiote parasite, that they might break a nervous system. They don't know. They don't know anything. And that's the thing that I like about the show is like they're trying to know. They're trying to find out what's with the anomalies. They think they know, but then there's only localized to one anomaly. There's like millions of anomalies or whatever, Matt, thousands, whatever. So they're going at it like us. We have no idea what we're about to see, and neither do they. And that's what I like about this, is that they're not experts enough to know, all right, yeah, it's this type of anomaly.
They've been thrown
You
into
know?
the deep end, and
So we're enjoying it just like them, you know, for the first time, you know? So each adventure. So I like that.
what did what do you think will happen with Helen now? Now that she's been betrayed in her mind by Cutter, she's in the
I get the impression that she's not really evil, that she has this chip on her shoulder, but there's something else going on. I don't know if she works for this organization. I don't know if they have a whole team in the past engineering dinosaurs and sending them to the future or whatever. But I get the impression that either she's huge in the past, like I don't know what's going on, but that she's going to turn out to be the savior, or she's going to turn out to be the good guy.
hmm.
You know, I think because again, like regardless, like he says, oh, Helen wouldn't, you know, like if she didn't know that the dodo was had like that parasite in it. If she did, I know my wife, even though she's a you know what. So
It's
regardless of how
like
much
sorry, no, no.
certain things she won't change.
Yeah, because it's like I think it's originally she doesn't she says there's a pack of saber-toothed tigers and they're gonna come through, so
Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah.
I need to get to them before they
Right.
come out, and Lester's just like, I don't believe you. And
Right.
Claudia's the same, and Kutch has to persuade them. And it's kind of
Yeah, but she does it
embarrassing for
anyway.
him
She lies. Yeah.
because he's like putting everything on the line for Helen, and she's just throwing it in his face. And
Well, I see that the organization is going to be against Professor Carter now. I mean, I think that they're not going to be too friendly. I mean, they're going to be starting to tell him no with things and keep him in the dark about things until it blows up in their face and they need him. I think that's what's going to start happening. So I think we're going to have some type of shift soon.
Did you see the teaser trailer thing for the next one?
I saw something about a golf course. There was like briefly.
Yeah.
What was on the golf course? It was the I don't really like to look at the teasers. You know, I really like to just get into it, but I probably didn't really pay attention too much to it.
No, that's fair enough.
Yeah, but I'll watch. Yeah.
You're only 2 away now from the 1 episode away from the final.
Yes.
And that really is everything can go either way on that one.
Right. And you said I should film my reaction. You said.
Yeah, I think your reaction would be quite good for this.
Okay. I'll try to do that on this computer here and
for episode 6.
All right. Try to do that. All right, Louie. Thank you very much, guys. Support the return of Primeval. Try to
Thanks
do
for having
whatever
me.
you can to. Thank you, Louie. Try
Hashtag
to
bring back Primeval.
Thank you. There you go. All right. Couldn't have said it better myself. Thank you very much. Take care. Bye for now.